Hey, what's going on, guys? Another episode of that thingy-majiggy, that photo thing. My whole point of doing this is to show you guys old pictures and talk about the kit, talk about the situation, and kind of explore my own head and doing these cold. I don't need a rehearsal to talk about my own life. I mean, that's me, just a more handsome and healthier and jacked version of me. So this time period was probably 2011, 2012, and I was in advanced freefall school. So advanced freefall school, you have to be an advanced freefall guy, or at least be a Halo jumpmaster, which I was. At the time, I was a team sergeant for a sniper/reconnaissance team that specialty was hostage rescue and special reconnaissance. So I was in charge of that team as the ops sergeant, which is known as the team daddy. And I had a whole bunch of skill sets, a whole bunch of experience. At this time, I probably had probably 8 combat rotations. So the most experienced guy on a Special Forces detachment is typically the team sergeant. So in this picture, I'm at Yuma because we're using the schoolhouse, which is the same schoolhouse that I went to military freefall school, same schoolhouse that we used to stage for Halo Jumpmaster, known as Halo or HAHO, high altitude low opening, or high altitude high opening. Now, somebody who's an experienced military freefall guy, most of what we did was high opening or high altitude high opening, where we would get out, pull our chutes early, and then navigate to unmarked, unknown drop zones. That was the point. Like, the idea of running a gym tech or a pro tech and like landing with your buddies on an X, you don't do that. For combat operations, you got to be used to, navigating, manually navigating, by the way, because a lot of the electronics don't work. Lithium's not great at 25,000+ feet. So using a boat compass and literally navigating through the air like I'm driving a car while communicating is part of your job. So what's interesting about this picture, this is pre-picture. The person who took this picture died in a freefall accident. His name was Jason Granger. He was a former Regimental Recon Detachment, RRD, operator. And the guy standing next to me was also killed in a military freefall accident. The guy sitting next to me is an Australian commando by the name of Tony Rokov. We called him Rock. Now, Tony was a 2 commando and was one of the most experienced commandos in the regiment and was at their schoolhouse teaching as their non-commissioned officer in charge. 2015, he's doing a tandem of a young man as a civilian skydive instructor, and they hit turbulent winds right under canopy, right when they're about to land. And Tony, with no hesitation, turned and rotated his body so he could take the brunt of the impact on his body and not the boy. The boy, who ended up in a wheelchair, paralyzed, survived. It was very traumatic. Tony sacrificed his life for that young man. Tony's a hero of mine. He was a good friend of mine. I love that dude to death. And in these instances where you serve in these type of capacities in a very dangerous skill set and job, that kind of stuff happens. I mourn Tony by remembering him and talking about him in these situations. He's also a great shit talker. We used to talk crap all the time to each other. It was super fun. It was super fun having Tony with me. He jumped right next to me because we were similar weights. At the time, I was probably 225 pounds. He was about the same. And so we were next to each other every single jump that we did. You can see right there, I'm wearing, I believe it's an MC4, as my memory recalls. Not the greatest parachute setup, really sloppy. Moving to more higher tiered units, I used the AJ or the MJ, the military Javelin. Underneath my set, I have a recce setup, so I'm using a tier tactical recce rig. I have my commo, I have my all my magazines, and it's a combat setup. This is not jumping for fun. This is a jump for proficiency to get ready for war. Yeah, guys, I wanted to share that experience with you guys because, not only is Tony a hero of mine, Jason Granger was a hero of mine who also died in an accident. but it's my favorite sharing my experiences and also talking about the guys that I serve with. MikeGloverActual.com. It's like my link tree that's set up for all the things that I'm doing. You guys can check out my company, fieldcraftsurvival.com. And I have a new series coming that's on a playlist for rally and all this vehicle stuff. So it's walk-arounds, it's my training for rally, and getting set up for my March 16th through 20th American Rally Association first race called 100 Acre in the Woods. Really looking forward to that. I'll be in the same tent or next to the tent. Travis Pastrana, Dave, Bucky, all the guys that I'm racing with. So stay tuned for that as well. It's going to be super fun. Till next time, peace out, guys.